Hello, this is Nathan, better known as CrazyHermitDM, and this is my podcast, The Hermit Homebrew. Joining me today is Brent from Lang Mini Studios, and Chase, better known as Kilk, as we talk about Dungeons & Dragons and tabletop gaming.
Without going into session one, all the players that came together, because I think the one we haven't talked about is Josh's character, Rick.
Yes.
Who is a
Rick roll. Rick,
yeah,
was it like Rick Rizzler?
Yeah. To where we were talking, he and I were talking at work about this character, and he's a what we're calling a Radican. He is a Skaven from Warhammer. That it's these corrupted rats, or what these just rats in general, that live in Svartalheim, very, very deep in Svartalheim. And he is a warlock, and his patron is the Undying. So, and he's a Pact of the Chain. So, Pact of the Chain warlock, patron of the Undying. So, I forget how we got on the topic of names. And he said, what about like Rick, R-I-K-K? I'm like, yeah, you could work with that, you know? And then I just started laughing. And so since he was being a warlock, they have charisma as their main stat. And so that just made me think of, the Rizzler. And then just the whole idea of, getting Rick rolled. And so I was like, okay, Josh, I got your character name. It's Rick Roll the Rizzler, and we just lost it in our office. People are poking their heads, and we're like, we're good. It's inside joke. And so that's where he got the name Roll for his familiar, as Pact of the Chain, going with the rat. So now it's Rick the Skaven and his familiar Roll the rat. And it's funny, just the artwork you guys have posted, a poor Roll of what he went through in session one.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, we have a pretty strong front line. We have an Eldritch Knight, a Sun Soul Monk, Circle, or no, I'm sorry, not Circle, but
She's medium range.
Yeah, but we have a
Circle of Sports Druid.
No, I'm sorry, I'm talking about Malakim.
He's a Grave Cleric.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Grave.
And then we have
a Grave
Cleric. And then we have a Warlock and a Circle of Spores Druid as the back line. So it's an interesting, it's pretty frontline heavy, which is it's a huge difference.
Is Sun Soul Monk a frontline?
Isn't
Sun Soul supposed to be like the fire sorcerer variant of Monk? Is that how I don't know how it's supposed to be played, but I know that they get a lot of like burning. I think they get like burning hands.
Yeah,
or
burning hands is
firebolt and fireball and stuff, don't they?
Yeah, but burning hands is a touch.
Look that up.
So you have to be up front and personal in order to use it. And pretty much it's used to add fire damage to all of your melee attacks. Your unarmed.
Yeah.
So monks in essence have to be on the front line. They're not necessarily tanks, but they're strikers essentially, in order to use the role from 4th edition. The monks are strikers. So yes, she has an ability to throw like a firebolt. Essentially, she can spend key points after making her attacks. She can spend key points, and then she can now throw a firebolt at somebody.
Yeah. It's Xanathar's.
Yeah,
it's Xanathar, but is it in Tales?
Yeah.
Or
no, the two.
I don't think any of this stuff that we did was it? Was yours, Nate?
No.
Or did we have to adjust every class?
I don't think we used any class.
Yeah, we did not use vanilla Tales of the Valiant vanilla classes or subclasses. We converted everybody over from either 5 or 5.5.
Which, for all the naysayers of ChatGPT, thank you, ChatGPT, at least on that end.
Everyone's going to be bowing
Interesting.
down to our new overlords here. Jeez.
Hey, it helped with the hard work, at least.
So yeah.
Yeah, she does. She gets to throw a firebolt, basically. They don't call it that, but that's basically what it is.
Yeah, it's essentially the firebolt cantrip for
30 foot. It's
Yeah.
short, it feels like, for D&D. I feel like most things are like 60 feet.
Well, they don't want to overshadow like the wizard and stuff like that. Like, oh well, why have the wizard cast it when we can just have the monk do it? As part of their.
Oh sure, yeah.
So they don't
She gets burning hands at level 6.
That's the biggest thing about Tales of the Valiant. Playing this system is between 5e that we use pretty much everything from a 5e system and brought it over. It is a good system from the first one session that we have played so far. I like the luck and the doom system. That's kind of interesting. I can't wait to dive into it a little bit more.
Yeah, because
it's going to be hard to keep track of.
It's going to be difficult to keep
as
track
a player,
of, and it's going to be difficult to remember since we're just not used to using it.
Yeah, it encourages you to do actions that require succeeding or failing.
Yeah,
right. Because eventually you will succeed.
Yeah.
Yes. Which is really cool. I really like that because it can get very easy to play very conservatively in D&D.
Yep.
I mean, Tove proved that with her stack of white chips.
The bank. She's a bank.
Yeah.
By the way, I got excited earlier and showed the dice because I just threw my Heimdiller D20 and it was a nat 20 and I was excited.
Nice.
But I will interrupt you right there and say, our episode is sponsored by Heimdiller Dice, and you just rolled a 20 with them.
I did.
The only dice that we're rolling at our table right now are Heimdiller, and they're metal sets, and they've come out with mystery dice now that we are all going to be opening at our table. There's some people probably that don't want to be filmed, but their hands are going to be filmed. And you can check that out on our social medias and see that, because I'll be tagging everyone because Kilk joined Instagram. So I'll be tagging in that as well.
Rejoined, to be fair. And then I found out that I can't get into my old account, so I had to make new one.
What?
Yeah. Wow. My profile does not like showing, or my background does not like showing things. But yeah, they were great, man.
Is there anything in our session 0 that you kind of wish that we would have covered in more detail, though, Brent?
In session 0, there were when we left session 0, I found out that 2 characters were incomplete.
Yeah.
Tove and Rick were not complete. And that kind of bummed me out. I was like, because my goal for that session 0 was to have 5 characters done, ready to go, so that we could give it to you.
What were they missing?
Oh, they just didn't. They just weren't fleshed out, like their character sheets. They just didn't have everything written down. Yeah, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Bookkeeping, mechanical stuff.
Rick's was just mostly kind of spells.
Yeah.
From what I've gathered when I was building him, and then Tove, I actually forgot to take the picture of, but she goes, "Yeah, I have nothing written down." I'm just like, okay, send me. Have Brent send me a picture.
Yeah, exactly. So
the best was Rama having a -6 to strength.
Yeah, what was
that? Was some sort of hijinks. We are. I will say for anyone that's listening, if you guys have a good PDF builder for Tales of the Valiant, please link it down below.
Please let us know.
Yeah, because we looked
it was
down,
because
like,
you just missed
-6.
He misnumbered the strength stat. That's all.
Okay.
The strength stat, I think, was like a 1 when it should have been an 8, and that made, instead of everything.
Oh, instead of making it a -1, okay.
1, it put everything down to a -6. Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
It's so funny because I saw that and I'm like, well, yeah, you're fairy, of course.
Yeah, but
it didn't even pop into my mind that this is probably wrong.
Jeez. But really, that's the only thing that stuck out to my mind. Is I just kind of
Yeah.
thought that everybody had their stuff done. But it's that's minor, and we got it taken care of, and we were ready to go for session 1.
This episode's been brought to you by What's in the Bag? What's in the mystery bag? Relax, adventurers. It's not some grim movie ending. It's better. It's Heimdaller's Mystery Metal Dice Bag, loaded with 20 different styles of heavy, battle-ready metal dice. A random D&D class sticker of 13 possibilities, and a special Heimdall sticker with it. Perfect for your next chaotic moment at the table. So stop guessing, start rolling, find out what's in your bag. All right, I want you to imagine this. Your next game session, you drop a 4-story guild hall on the table. The roof comes off. Every floor is playable. It's Centurion 3D's Guardia collection. The detail is unreal. The immersion off the charts. Then suddenly, bam, your players walk in the room and your table goes just not from another session to one that will be talked about for years. This is the train that changes the game. Check it out now at centurion3d.com. Is there anything for you, Chase, that you had wanted to cover in more detail that we didn't?
My only thing was I was trying really hard to convert.
Yeah.
Right? Because I had fleshed this character out in a 5e setting, total 5e setting. So I'm talking like I knew what was coming at level 3, level 4, all of it. Like I planned it. I was like, yeah, this is where it is. So when it turned into, hey, where's this ability? Where does that ability play into? How do I get into here? That was really where I was trying to hash out. I think we did a good job. Yeah. The only ability we forgot was the thing that senses undead around me.
Oh, the turn undead or whatever it is. Or...
Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head what it's called. My channel divinity, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My channel divinity allows me to sense undead. Well, no, it's a grave cleric thing. My channel divinity turns undead. So what I would have done,
cleric thing.
Yes, it's a
cleric, and then every cleric has that. Plus, I usually like their own unique channel divinity.
Each domain has their. Everyone has a standard. Every cleric has the standard turn undead, but then each domain has a unique one. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's called Eyes of the Grave. At first level, you gain the ability to occasionally sense the presence of the undead, whose existence is an insult to the natural cycle. As an action, you can open your awareness to magically detect undead. Till the end of your turn, you know the location of undead within 60 feet of you that isn't behind total cover and isn't protected from divine magic. The sense doesn't tell you anything about the capabilities or their identity.
So it could be
you can use zombie, it
it could be a greater vampire.
Yeah, you're just saying there's an undead right over there. If there's only one person over there, I'm going to go smash on him.
Write that down.
I will tell you that if you said yes when I casted that ability in that first session, things would have gone vastly different.
Oh, yeah. And when you did that, it made me. I actually sat there and I was thinking about it. I'm like, because you were in the same tavern that Roll was in when he stole the meat from the
the rat.
Yeah, and so I was
the rat.
Like, okay, Josh's patron is an undying patron, not an undead. So I was kind of going, no.
So I would imagine that the warlock patrons, are they considered like divine beings, or is it just like up to the warlock? Like, so in traditional D&D, right? Like I could take the Fey Enchantress.
Mm-hmm.
It's a warlock reference or Warhammer reference. I apologize, but what is it? The Archfey. I could take. Yeah, it's the old world. It's Bretonia. Yeah. Or I could take the Undying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or like Rama did, she went Celestial Warlock, so she had a celestial god being. So I guess it doesn't really matter who gives you your power, just that the pact was made, and that they
Yeah.
provided you with the power, right?
It's just a being of significant power, not necessarily divine.
Okay. Warlock's never one of those things that like super interested me, so I never really got too into the weeds on it. So how their different powers come to be has always been a little vague. Because they can't be taken away, right? like a cleric and a paladin, their people can just take them away.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I would imagine, unless warlocks build that into their contract,
that is a
debated topic.
That is a very debated topic. On if warlocks can lose their power. Some say no, that once you made your pact already, and the power is now yours, so it can't be taken away.
A deal, so
yeah, you already made the deal. Some say that if you make your patron mad, you can't lose your power. But you can't gain more power now. And then others
that was actually going to happen with Merrick with Surtur.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
And it happened a couple of times.
Yeah.
The only thing with Merrick that I debated about playing with, but I didn't want it with our group being taken advantage of in future campaigns if anyone played a warlock, was making your powers flicker.
Oh. Yeah. And then the third school of thought is that your patron has ultimate authority. They can turn your powers off. They can say, no, you made me mad. Bam, you don't have magic anymore. All of your fancy stuff that I gave you, you don't have. You have to go make it be again. So
I feel like the easiest way to solve that is to just say whether or not the being wrote that into the contract.
Yeah.
Unless it's written in the contract, he can't take it away.
Yeah.
And, would that being say, if you fuck me over, I'm going to take away your powers? If that's not what that being would do, then you just wouldn't put it in the contract, right?
And that is is something that did not come up when Josh was talking about his character. And
the Skaven, love the Great Horned Rat. There's no betraying.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It was like Josh's patron is absolutely the type to go, you're not doing what I'm telling you to do, so therefore you don't have power. I'm taking it away from you. He is absolutely the type to be able to do that.
I wonder what like a contract like Krimo Ratatosker or what was the name, like the Skaven, or I think or the name that I came up with, I think in the book, the other one that was like neither Tosker, which is Shadow Rat.
Mm-hmm.
What their contract would look like.
Like physically?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, if it was a physical object with it. Like I imagine like Merrick's with Surtur's is some scorched volcanic rock in the middle of, if it was a physical thing.
Yeah, there's like some slab of obsidian like out in the middle of like Muspelheim somewhere that has like giant rune, like fire giant runes.
Yeah,
etched
very
into
Viking
it
rune stone.
Yeah, like a Viking rune stone. Yeah, exactly. Ooh, that's a good question.
And what would you trying to make this stone do?
No, it's a symbol. It's just a symbol of what their physical
contract,
what their physical contract.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe with Rick's, it's kind of like out in the middle of Svartalheim. There's a bleached ancient skeleton of like an unknown monster, and if you look closely at the bones, you can see that there's script like written on the bones themselves, and that would outline the contract or something. Yeah, kind of something like that. Not as but I don't want to hijack his character or anything, but that's kind of what I envision.
Is there anything
a little different?
Is there anything from our session 0 that kind of gave you any extra plot thread ideas though?
Everything. It's I like the idea of what's the line that no plan survives contact with the enemy. No DM's plan survives contact with players. So every person...
You could have seen your face when I was like, "This is the last time I'm transforming like this." You were like,
"Okay."
I'm like, "It's not bad. I'm just letting you know."
Yeah, no, it is because like, wait, you're playing a changeling that's not gonna change, like. Okay. Yeah.
But I will. Many times.
Yeah,
Just
but you're
not
gonna,
for specific reasons anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
It worked out very perfectly, to be completely honest with you, because it allowed me as a player to adjust that story a little bit on why I no longer change into people I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's just everybody's when they talked about their characters. Back when I was getting backstories from people, it helps, especially when you get like a page or a page and a half. It's not 3 sentences. It's not a tome of a backstory. But when it's a page or a page
16
and a half,
pages.
yeah, you need to read all of it before session 1. Well, session 1's tomorrow, so
better read fast.
Mine was 3/4 of a page.
Yeah, and so it's the high points. I don't need to know about your great grandmother's third cat. No one needs to know about that.
I have those details going out for Ephraim. I ain't gonna lie. Like I have a lot of his backstory in my head plotted out after the other day when I was thinking, and I was making his miniature on Hero Forge at work. And just like, oh, he looks like this character from this TV show.
Yeah.
And that gives me so many more ideas of how to like add one more layer of complexity.
Yeah, because you sent me the
screenshot
of Hero Forge, and I remember sitting there thinking like, this looks familiar, and then you sent me the screenshot of the TV show, and I was like,
Jax from Sons of Anarchy. This looks like Charlie Hunnam.
Yeah, like, huh? Yeah, absolutely, it does.
Yeah.
And then I sent back that Geralt would fit right in with a biker gang, I think. But no, it's I think every DM should do that for a little. Whenever you're talking with your characters, when you're putting your party together, when your players are talking about their characters to each other or to you, just let them go. Let them talk.
Yeah.
Let them get this creativity flowing, and listen to it, file it away, because it will help you make your campaign and what you want to do. It can make it more personal. Everybody, almost every other sentence people were putting out, could be useful to making this campaign. So I really enjoyed that part of just sitting there and just listening to the players create their characters. That was really cool.
I know for my character, I was having a lot of fun. Like I was talking about making the mini and adding another layer of complexity with the parts of the backstory. In my mind, those parts are going to come out. I want them to come out through role play and conversation and all that, and talking to other people, and then them asking me Ephraim questions.
Yeah.
And then getting that interaction. And I think that will just add another layer of depth.
That's what that empty scabbard that Ephraim has.
Oh, I'm surprised you guys haven't figured that out. He's an Eldritch Knight. He summons his weapon.
Yeah. Is it just the hilt going into the scabbard?
Yeah.
Or is it just...
It's an empty... If you see as many, it's actually an empty scabbard.
Interesting.
On his back, and then the sword on his side and a dagger on the other side, but the one on the side is just an empty scimitar scabbard.
Does he act like he puts it in when he makes it go away?
No.
Does he just... and it just goes in to
Knight can
dust?
Summon it from an extra dimensional place, so it's all kind of cool.
Right.
I think
I'm asking if you have it
there for whatever reason. I'm not sure.
When you put it away is when you add the spell. Like, that would be fun. Just every time you do that, and then the way he summons it is he just acts like he pulls it out. Every time you cast that spell. It'd be cool. See? I do agree with you, though. I think that building your character's backstory through your interactions with the party is so much fun. Like I had no idea, right? That Nathan, when Nathan asked me about what's going to happen with your character if Brent does this, and I'm like, oh, book of corrections. Here we go. Right? Like, that was a pivot that happens all the time in D&D, that you just give more flavor to your character as the story continues, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, everything builds on your character's flavor, and it's awesome when you let it happen.
I'm going to enjoy the interactions with like your character in particular, Chase, like I was mentioned, because they're from polar opposite sides of the arena, basically. Of one, write your own destiny, and there's like the other one is, this is your destiny.
Yeah. I believe we'll probably come to some kind of head at some point, right? When I bring back a dude who you're like, absolutely not. Like, I feel like that's where those interactions are going to be really fun to see how they play out.
Especially if it's like a in quotations, a monster, for a Witcher type character. Of like, no.
That's going to be harder because I'm only doing humanoids.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just saying
humanoids with a soul. So like a vampire, for instance, doesn't have a soul, right? Is that the idea in D&D?
Yeah, they don't have a soul.
So a vampire with no soul, if a vampire has no soul, I'm not going to roll fate dice because he's undead.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to worry about it if they're undead. They're just getting smashed. But if your character died, for instance, and I would have to roll a fate dice because you are a humanoid with a current soul that is yours. And then it's just me understanding that fate, right? A vampire's already been dead. He's been dead for a long time, as far as I'm concerned. He doesn't have a soul.
The thing I'm going to enjoy is just finding out how your character interacts of, like, let's say a purple worm. Do they have a soul? Or does it even
right, yeah.
Or a boule or
sure. Goblins. They're considered humanoids, right?
Yes. Especially in
we kill a goblin, I'm rolling the fate dice.
5.5.
Really?
Yeah. They've turned goblins into humanoids with the subtype goblin.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I did remember that.
Yeah, they have their own.
Like, if it's a bugbear, I'm not rolling a fate dice for a bugbear.
Wow, racist.
No. I know, right?
Yeah. Bugbear can go hang out with whoever they hang out with after they die.
Wrapping up the session 0 talk.
Maybe owlbear.
Is there one piece of advice that you could give other GMs that want to roll Tales of the Valiant? Or one thing you learned as opposed to D&D?
GMs out there with learning Tales of the Valiant, wanting to run Tales of the Valiant, it is 95% D&D. It is legally distinct D&D. Armor class is the same. You've got hit points. You've got all of that mess. Focus on what's different. Character creation is different. You don't have your, I don't know what they're calling it in 5.5. Is it species?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You don't just have species and class. Tales of the Valiant, you have your lineage, which is your species. You have your background. You have your legacy. And you have your class. So there's 4 things that come together to make a character, not just 2. So focus on that. There's the luck and doom system. Focus on that. Learn that stuff. Or find out how it's different. Don't just focus on how it's the same. Now you can pitch it to your players and say, yeah, it's 95% legally distinct D&D. You can pick it up fine and whatever. As a D&D though, you've got a little bit more homework just so that you can put these mechanics in there that are in the system.
Still D20 system.
Still D20. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You roll a stealth check. You roll a D20 and you add your dexterity, and if you have proficiency is still in there. All that is still in there. Little changes like you don't have spell level anymore. It's spell circle. It's the same thing. They just had to call it something different.
Giving rituals for free is really cool too to casters.
Rituals are now handled separately than spells. Like completely separate. They're not even the same list anymore.
Yeah, they don't. A ritual can be cast any number of times, right? It just, you have to spend the time and have the items to do it. I think that's the way it is.
D&D does it the same way too.
Is it the same way in D&D? I don't think I've ever actually had to do a ritual thinking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Toybar never did one.
Yeah, Toybar didn't do.
Toybar wouldn't have the attention span.
But that'd be my advice for GMs out there wanting to change the Tales of the Valiant, just like going to any other system. Learn how it's different and make sure you polish up on that.
Hey, tabletop gamers. thank you for watching this episode of the Hermit's Homebrew. We come out with new episodes every Wednesday. Remember to like, subscribe, and share with your friends as we continue to level up and grow.